everyone, welcome back to another video. Really quick, I'm gonna go over something that used to bother me a lot when I started getting into Adobe programs, and that is when should you use Photoshop, Illustrator, or InDesign? Because if you pick the wrong one, sometimes the projects can get messy, it can take very long. I'll be creating a little guide chart for you to keep or for you to also make on your own, just as a quick reference guide to help you choose which is best for your project. Now, this is just Adobe Express, and we're not really gonna go over this, but you can access Adobe Express on the web. It is not something you have to download. When you think of Photoshop versus Illustrator versus InDesign, here are the three things that you should think about: pixels versus vectors versus layout. Basically, pixels are for Photoshop, vectors are for Illustrator, and for layouts, you can use InDesign. And what do I mean by pixels? I mean photos and images. If I wanted to edit this image, take the background away, add in different colors, I would use Photoshop because it is a pixel-based image. If I wanted to edit this logo, I would use Illustrator because it is vector-based. If my project was an essay, a portfolio, resume, or magazine layouts that I want to do, I would use InDesign. Now, I'm gonna give some more in-depth examples. Use this when you want to edit photos or scans, when you want to remove backgrounds, when you want to color correct, when you want to change textures, and anything made of pixels. Now, vectors can be logos or icons. They can be diagrams or anything with line work, anything with vector graphics, anything that must scale, anything that must have clean shapes or paths. So anything made of vectors. As for InDesign, use it when you're making posters that have significant amount of text, when you're working on a resume and you want to fine tune it, and if you are making a portfolio that you want to print. If you're working on something that has multiple pages and your desired end result is a PDF, if you want consistent typography, if you want captions and grids. So that's basically anything with a page. So the three questions to ask yourself when you're starting a project and you're trying to figure out what program you want to use. Number one, is it mostly a photo? Number two, does it need to scale perfectly? Or three, is it about layout and text? Because if it's a photo, then you use Photoshop. If it's something that contains a vector, or you need to scale it perfectly, you might prefer using Adobe Illustrator. If it's something that has to do with layout and text, InDesign might be right for you. Hopefully this helped. I will provide a link in the description that will lead you to a PDF version of this, or just in case you want to use this as a reference guide. If not, you can always create your own according to your own preferences. I really would have loved a guide like this when I was first starting using the Adobe programs, but I had to learn the hard way. So remember, anything having to do with pixels is Photoshop. Anything having to do with vectors goes with Illustrator. Anything with layout, you might prefer InDesign. You can use this chart to reference what I mean by that. For pixels, it's usually when you have a photo or a scan you want to edit, you want to remove a background, you want to change colors, or you want to add some textures in there. Anything made out of pixels. When I say vectors, I mean logos or icons, diagrams, line work, or graphics that must be to scale. For InDesign, when I mean layout, I mean posters, resumes, portfolios, things that you want to have a very specific guide for. If you are creating multiple page PDFs, if you want consistent typography, and anything with captions and grids, basically anything with a page. And remember the three questions to ask yourself. Is it a photo? Use Photoshop. If it needs to be scaled perfectly, use Illustrator. If it's about layout and text, use InDesign. In my next video, I'll be going into those finer details, the pros and cons of the programs, and some of the issues that I've run into in my own experience using these three different programs. Hopefully this helped, and I'll see you in the next video.